Another episode to the exciting game of Game of Thrones. This was another good episode. Way to go, Telltale. Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 2, The Lost Lords. So this episode is the second episode to the Telltale Game of Thrones game. A review of the last Game of Thrones episode, it's in my playlist of my video game reviews, so check that out and enjoy it. I'll speak a little spoilers, so if you haven't checked out Game of Thrones Telltale games, I'm going to go spoiler time now. So if you haven't checked it out, click away right now because I'm going spoiler time. Alright, you've been warned, now let's talk spoilers. This was another good episode. I am really shocked at how much I love Game of Thrones Telltale game. I don't know why I'm saying that though, because I love Walking Dead, I love The Wolf Among Us, but I think I'm loving this even more than either of those two combined. What makes Game of Thrones so awesome is the talking, the politics. It's not all about the swordplay. And then it makes the TV show Walking Dead so weak is because they focus too much on weak dialogue and don't talk about characters as well. The characters aren't as well developed. Thrones, it doesn't matter if you're fighting a battle or if you're talking with words. Talking with words, it's a lot harder than fighting somebody in a battle. It's not as easy as you would think. First big moment. Roderick, the first son to House Forrester. He's alive. Holy shit, I thought he was dead. It was a big OMG moment because I was like, what? Because he's pretty much been out of commission from his injuries. He got crushed by a horse. I was like, well, he's dead. Obviously, he's dead. Because that was like one of the first shots of the first episode. He's alive, so you're playing him. So there's 5 characters you play as in this game. And really, there's only 4. Because poor Ethan, he got his throat cut by Nancy Snow. Damn him! 4 characters we're playing as is Roderick, Mira, Garrett, and Aster. That's what's great about this Game of Thrones game is it's handling the different places and focusing on different characters. That even though you go to another character, it's just as interesting as the last character. 4 campaigns. It's just like Game of Thrones, the TV show. There are 3 campaigns. There's a campaign for Khaleesi and the Dragons. There's a campaign at the Wall. And then there's the Game of Thrones. Here we have 4 campaigns. First campaign is the campaign at Ironrath, where they're fighting against the other evil house and over who should supply the ironwood to the king. The main characters of this campaign was Ethan, and now we have Roderick, and they're playing the Lord of the House. This episode, the story was more about trying to get a marriage to a girl you were promised to and try to build alliances. The main branch storyline of Game of Thrones, of this game right now, storyline is the storyline of Mira. She's a handmaiden to Marjorie Tyrell at King's Landing. So you have the whole Game of Thrones thing going on. Everything you do there, every storyline supports the main storyline. But this is also backing it up. Like you can write a letter in Marjorie's name because the Tyrells have a good friendship with the house that Roderick's supposed to marry. You have to be careful because I played the first episode the first time, and I was pressuring Marjorie. I was trying to convince her she could convince the king to do anything. That didn't work out so well. I'm playing it cool. I'm waiting for my opportune moment, and yeah. At the end of the episode, someone sent a kill against her. Who tried to kill her? Was it Cersei? Was it one of the house people? Who knows? That's what each storyline is more interesting. And you also have a slave boy or a boy who's a servant, and I'm pretty sure he works for Barris. You have Garrett. Garrett was the guy who was sentenced to death, and he's gone to the wall. He's at the wall this episode. It reminded me of season 1 when Jon Snow was training to become a member of the Night's Watch. Trying to figure out their skills. He wants to be a ranger so he can support the house. I'm curious what his storyline is going to be to the grander Forrester storyline. Is it going to be secluded, maybe focus more on the Night's Watch? Maybe he'll go out in the north, and because I'm curious if he's going to be at the Battle of the Wall, because we know what happens. Asher is a character just introduced this episode. He was the second son to the Lord Forrester, who was exiled or he left to the Essos continent. Yunkai, 3 days after Daenerys Targaryen freed the city. So pretty much right after the events of season 3. Pretty awesome, I have to say, because your uncle shows up and we have to build an army, and we're going to the Second Sons, we're going to Miran, and it's awesome. He's an awesome character. He's a snarky character. He's probably one of my favorite characters we've seen so far. So it's called The Lost Lords, and you can take that two different ways. You have The Lost Lords in the fact that Roderick, he was lost and now he's found. Or you can talk about the father, Lord Roderick, or the Lord Forcer, the father to all the other Forcer kids. Ethan, who was the Lord and has just died. So that's probably more what it's going toward. In the end of the episode, it is a funeral. And the sister to Ethan and everyone else, she sings a song, and it's a beautiful song, and it's playing throughout all 5 characters, and you're like, man, this is going to be good. I really love this game right now, and I can't wait for the next one. I'm hooked. I love Game of Thrones. I love the show. I'm going to be doing a season review. I'm going to do the season 1 through 4 review starting probably next month sometime. I'm watching the first episode March 3rd, and then I'm going to review the seasons. Since it's 40 days before Game of Thrones, I'm going to watch one episode since there's been 40 episodes so far. So it's a challenge I'm going to do, and I'm going to review each season before the 5th season of Game of Thrones starts. I'll be reviewing those episodes every week, like my Star Wars Rebels reviews and my Arrow and Flash reviews. Great episode. I look forward where we go next. I don't know how they're going to shop me now, but I'm sure they'll find a way. In this episode, Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 2, The Lost Lords, 4.5 out of 5. Good episode. Have you seen Game of Thrones, The Lost Lords, and what are your thoughts? Comment below, let me know. If you've done so, click that like button. Subscribe, see more, stay updated. What's going on? Easy Nation. All too easy.